Coleman's Small Business Banker Weekly Radio Show with your host Bob Coleman is brought to you by GovGex.com, the online exchange for sellers of SBA and USDA loans, and PCFS 2000, the leading financial technology services vendor providing software solutions to both the SBA lending and credit union industries.
Today we are joined by Catherine Clifford, a small business reporter with CNN Money. Catherine, you've been covering small business and small business lending issues for CNN. What is your opinion about the statement that small business is going to lead us out of this recession?
The President and his administration have made it very clear that a recovery in small business is very critical for a recovery in the economy. Unemployment is still very high, and that's a very clear concern for Obama and his administration.
Yeah, that unemployment number is very, very scary. You know, some people are saying, we're going to stabilize at 8% unemployment for a couple of years, more than double what we had 3-4 years ago. That's a scary number for Main Street retailers.
The President has said several times that and this is sort of one of the motivating factors to consider small businesses so serious, is that over the past 15 years, small businesses have created 2/3, 65% of new jobs in America. And so when the President is looking to really motivate growth and create jobs, that's one of the reasons that small businesses have to be such a crucial part of the recovery to really come out of the recession.
Right. You know, in the Obama administration, they're smart people there, and they certainly understand the criticism that Wall Street has been bailed out and Main Street hasn't. And that capital shortage on Main Street, I mean, that's everyone who's listening to this call, they're small business lenders. That's continuing to be a huge issue for Main Street. You had a great piece that you wrote on Monday talking about the good news is we do have an uptick in SBA lending, and as you said, talking to several companies and their plans for future employment and what they want to do. I guess the question that I have is, SBA lending is increasing. Do you, in your research and talking to people, do you see a similar uptick in conventional non-SBA lending for Main Street?
I have tried to get a sense of what's going on with small business lending outside of the SBA, and one thing that I've been doing is looking at the Treasury reports that come out in the 6 months between, from April to October. That's the most updated information that we have. The nation's biggest banks actually cut about $11 billion plus off their small business balance sheet. So, you know, that's an indication that they're still unsettled to lend to these small businesses.
Catherine, obviously my people who read my information, my website, and also listen to this call, we're very niche-y, we're very insulated. We have a very narrow world view of what's good for small business lending, and we believe strongly that Congress should pass what I call Stimulus 2, increasing the 7A limit to $5 million, the 504 limit to $5.5 million, and extending that 90% guarantee. Do you think that in the big picture, quote, the American taxpayer, quote, the financial world embraces that type of stimulus extension to small business lenders?
Actually, at the Small Business Lending Forum back in November, the head of Wells Fargo made a direct point to say we really appreciate and need that 90% guarantee and the fee waiver. So, I mean, you have a lot of support behind that, and I think the 90% guarantee is a large reason that small business lending has increased.
From New York, Catherine Clifford, CNN Money. Catherine, thank you very much for joining us today.
GovGex is the online platform banks are using to seamlessly sell their small business loans and buyers rely on to source loans for sale. We've more than 300 banks who turn to GovGex to more profitably access secondary markets, and right now we're investing heavily into enhancing GovGex.
PCFS 2000 is a firm that's very dedicated to this industry. The fact that you're providing this type of medium to reach out to SBA lenders across the country is an ideal platform for us to let people know that we are a company very dedicated to SBA lenders by providing software tools to allow them to address all aspects of SBA lending, both including the packaging, origination, and underwriting of SBA loans, as well as another platform to address the back office elements of SBA, which would include the accounting, reporting, and servicing of their SBA loan portfolio. And we again thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this.